I'm Emily Cottrill. I'm a poet originally from Alfreton, Derbyshire, but I'm based here in Cardiff now.
So tell me about this whole festival, Cardiff Poetry Festival. What does that do for somebody like you who lives in the city and who's a poet?
I think it's always exciting when things happen locally to you. The Cardiff Poetry Festival in 2020 was actually sort of one of the last things I did. I would sort of perform there and then obviously attended a lot of events before lockdown happened. And so coming back to this now sort of properly in real life again, sort of a couple of years later, and sort of seeing things really happening in the real world is great. This festival in particular does a really good job of bringing in. So we see Seren are a Welsh-led publisher, so there's a lot of people here that you see locally and at events sort of relatively frequently, but they also are bringing in sort of people that normally have less of an opportunity to sort of hear read when they're sort of scattered more around the country or sort of even further afield. That's been really nice, and I think I really like that the event has had a really specific theme this year around well-being. It sort of adds an additional kind of level of interest and gives you an extra sort of lens to think about the sort of the things you're listening to through. So it's just, so far it's been a really great time.
So what do you get? Is it a case of the opportunity to speak to other poets who we might not see very often because we all work in splendid isolation? Or is it to discuss ideas? Do you get ideas from listening to other poems or poets?
Yeah, I think I'm always surprised by how many ideas I get when I am listening to sort of other people, even sort of people who are like completely different, and I've been kind of like writing things down throughout the day, things that sort of not necessarily directly related to what people have been talking about, but things that just sort of spark different ideas for me or kind of bring other ideas back. I think when you've been away from live events for a while, you sort of forget how much that happens, and then whenever you come back, and I say a while, I mean sort of, I was last at a live thing sort of a couple of weeks ago, and even in that gap, I'm then now surprised, especially because there's so much that I've listened to today. Like when you're sort of kind of completely immersed in it, you then, it produces a lot of ideas in myself. I also had a great moment in the street yesterday when I walked past Kim Moore and I stopped her like a sort of excited fan and was like, oh my god, I really enjoyed your book. Sorry if I ruined that there with catching the microphone.
No, you just explained what you've done, so that's fine. Carry on.
So it was sort of like a celebrity moment, which
Do you see another poet in the street? Yeah, that's fab. That's brilliant.
It's fun.
Yeah. So you're saying you're having so many ideas. We can look forward to a lot of new work in the next few months then.
I mean, hopefully. I'm sort of also here kind of hounding publishing people slightly as well. So, ulterior motives.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks very much.